Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'll be ranking the B&M coaster models from worst to best. Just guys let you know right away, this is a prediction, and I could be wrong with this list because B&M has a ton of variety, and all of these models really are great. So yeah, just prediction, just so you guys know, it's not like a confirmed list or anything. This is just what I'm thinking. So without further ado, let's get into this list. Coming at number 9 is B&M's Family Coaster. Now they're currently only 2 in operation, and they're pretty solid. They're similar to like the Flying Ace Aerial Chase models or the Vekoma Suspended Coaster models, and they seem like solid rides. And I'm not going to talk about this too much just because it's a family coaster and it's inverted. And number 8 is going to their stand-up coasters, and some of their stand-up coasters are pretty solid and some of them are pretty terrible. Some include Vortex at Carowinds that are pretty bad. Apocalypse at Six Flags America was it was okay. But there are some that are pretty solid. Riddler's Revenge at Six Flags Magic Mountain, I've heard, is great. Green Lantern at Six Flags Great Adventure and Georgia Scorcher at Six Flags Over Georgia are all known to be very well done rides. And they do seem like a very fun rides. And just overall, I honestly think that soon these coasters will get the Floorless conversion, except for something like Georgia Scorcher, because you can't really. It's known to be a very well done stand-up coaster, but who knows? They might all be Floorless conversions soon, and there might not be a stand-up coaster from B&M left. And number 7 is going to the dive coaster. And don't get me wrong, dive coasters are very fun. The only reason why they're placing so low is because they are one-trick ponies. You basically drop, do one element, hit a mid-course, drop, do another element, maybe a splashdown, then the ride's over. It's very short. The rides are definitely fun. The drop really gives you some weightlessness, at least with the B&M dive coasters with the regular over-the-shoulder restraints and not the vest restraints like Yukon Striker at Canada's Wonderland Valley or even at Cedar Point. They are definitely very fun, but definitely nothing to shout at. And number 6 is going to the wing coasters, and there's definitely more wing coasters than dive coasters and stand-up coasters and family coasters, and they're definitely very well done. The layouts are very complete. They got tons of inversions. Some of their well-known ones are Thunderbird at Holiday World, which is currently B&M's only launch coaster. They have Gatekeeper over at Cedar Point. They have Raptor over at Gardaland. There are just tons of B&M wing coasters that B&M has done over the years since 2011. And they're definitely really fun, especially like the ones with the wing over drop, or the near miss elements like the keyholes on Gatekeeper and Raptor, or like on Holiday World through the inline twist where you go through like that barn. It's just really cool. And now we're heading toward top 5. Number 5 is the Floorless coasters. Obviously, these are unique because the trains are floorless, so there's no floor beneath you. Some dive coasters also feature this element like Ripon and She-Ra, but the Floorless coasters, obviously, they're all, made to not have a floor. They have very solid layouts, and they're definitely older rides, with the exception of the stand-up Floorless conversions. Some of their most well-known coasters include Medusa at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, which is the only Floorless coaster to feature a sea serpent roll, Bizarro and Scream at Six Flags Great Adventure and Six Flags Magic Mountain, which are mirror images of each other, Dominator at King's Dominion, and many other great rides. And number 4 is going to the sit-down coasters. Now, these coasters may not be as well known, and there may not be as many coasters that are sit-downs. There's currently only 4 in operation. Those are Kumba at Busch Gardens Tampa, Dragon Con at Port Aventura, Incredible Hulk at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, which has a tire launch, that might actually be considered the other launch coaster from B&M. They also have Wildfire at Silver Dollar City. They're known to be very intense rides, very quickly paced, especially something like Kumba. They have lots of inversions. Dragon Con actually has the most inversions on a B&M, which is actually pretty cool. And they're definitely well-rounded rides, and they're fairly old, they're classics, and they're just very fun overall. And now we're heading to our top 3. Number 3 is going to the flying coasters. And these are definitely very unique because the way you're positioned, you definitely feel like you're flying. So some of the most well-known coasters include Superman Ultimate Flight at the Six Flags parks. They also have Tatsu at Six Flags Magic Mountain, which has an insane pretzel loop, I've heard. Manta and Acrobat, which Acrobat's at Nagashima Spiraling, and Manta's at at SeaWorld Orlando. They're very smooth, they're very graceful, except for the pretzel loop, which they seem absolutely insane. And they just seem very cool. And the first ever flying coaster was at Alton Towers, which was Air, which is now Galactica, and they just seem very fun. And number 2 is going to the Hyper/Giga coasters. These are the same model, and their best known one is Fury 325 at Carowinds, known as B&M's best ever coaster, and Leviathan at Canada's Wonderland, and also Orion at Kings Island. Those are the only 3 B&M Giga coasters, and their hyper coasters, they definitely have a lot. Some include Intimidator, also at Carowinds. They have Apollo's Chariot at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. And they also have Diamondback at Kings Island. And they're just overall very smooth. They provide great floater. The Gigas provide some cool ejector, I've heard. And they just seem very cool and smooth and just provide great airtime. Number 1 is going to the inverted coasters. And the inverted coasters look so incredible. They seem very whippy, intense, by far the most intense coasters that B&M has ever created. My personal favorite is Afterburn at Carowinds. They've also made some rides such as Alpengeist at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, Montu at Busch Gardens Tampa, and Nemesis at Alton Towers. They really are incredible, and they really whip you all over the place. And most of these actually have very custom layouts, and they haven't built too many recently, which I wish they could, but they really are just incredible. So what do you guys think of this list? Let me know down in the comment section below, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me, and smash the like button. Hopefully I can see you guys soon. See you guys, bye.